Sí,
Sí, sí se ve el logo también.
¿Bien?
¿Otra?
Sí.
Sí.
Vale.
Sí,
Sí, sí.
Sí, mejor, sí.
Espera, dejar el iPad ahí.
Tiene que ser en inglés forzadamente la charla, ahora que lo pienso.
Yo creo que sería lo mejor para que lo vea Europa y eso.
¿En inglés el qué?
La
Sí,
charla.
la charla.
Bueno, sale,
A ver quién se queda. ¿no?
sale dos veces, ¿no? Ok,
¿A
perfecto.
ti?
Bueno, aquí.
Hostia, cabrón. Oscar Galindo ahí también.
Y tú dos veces.
A ver,
Sí, sales tú 2 veces, no sé por qué, la verdad.
es verdad.
Eh,
Oh,
empezamos, ¿no?
No sé, cuando nos digan.
sí, la gente sí.
Cuando nos den un ok.
Sí. Okay, so hello everybody. We are Students for Liberty, and we are an international organization, libertarian organization. We're Adam, Juan, and me, Manuel, and we spoke about blockchain and free markets alternatives. So now Adam introduced the organization. I speak a little bit about Juan, and after we can start about the issue.
So what SFL basically means is an organization students that tries to educate the new generation of leaders about the ideas of liberty. We have representation all over the world, mostly in universities. Here in Spain, for example, we have presence in every public university and most of the private universities in Spain. Each university has its own group, and all of the universities in Barcelona conform the Students for Liberty organization of Barcelona. We have a large group also in Spain. It's one of the largest in Europe, with Georgia. And they both conform, with other teams also, they both conform SFL of Europe. That's one of the biggest in the world. Juan is, former a former from Students for Liberty. Now he's working at Francisco Marroquín University. Manuel is going to tell you more about him, and that's what I can tell.
Okay, so we are based in a lot of countries, and in Spain, in Barcelona, and also Juan and I, we are part of the national Spanish team, Students for Liberty. And Juan also, of course, works in Francisco Marroquín. It's an important university, private university in Spain, who do a lot of courses about blockchain and cryptocurrencies, also about market entrepreneurship. So it's very focused in free market. Juan is from Canary Islands, and he just worked with Students for Liberty and Universidad Francisco Marroquín. Yeah, of course. And now he spoke about that.
Well, thank you everyone for having me. I mean, it's always good to be back in Barcelona. I mean, such a cool city, I guess. I mean, going through a lot, going through a lot right now. But I think it's, I mean, situation of Barcelona right now. It's necessary to talk about free market.
Yeah.
Right now, we see lots of, let's say, distortions in the supply and the offer, which lead to well, just customers not being as satisfied as they could be, right? And so today I want to focus today on how blockchain allows just free market alternatives to let us, you know, just do things differently, to defy the status quo to just be brave and do whatever we want. And I want to, why is it that, am I maybe the only one here talking about free market? Because blockchain is only good when there is free market. There's no good outcome in blockchain without free market. What if blockchain is only just managed by, let's say, tyrannic government like China? What do you have when they use blockchain to just figure out what you ate last month, what you posted on Twitter last month?
Yeah.
It's not good. It's necessary to have free market in order for blockchain to flourish.
Don't get fooled also by the CBDCs that, well, the Chinese government and the European government also is trying
European
to.
government as well. It's
Yeah.
one of the most tyrannic, closed economy. We like to, here in Europe, we love to talk about how protective our economy is, how many rules we have for everything. It's one of the, we criticize countries like, hermetic countries like North Korea, when we are maybe one of the most hermetic economies in the world, European Union. And so let's just make something clear. I think it's just undeniable that free market is just the best tool to arrange the means. It's just the best tool to arrange the the fewest amount of means to satisfy as many ends as possible. There is no good outcome without the free market. And I think it's just the best system ever created in humanity. I think this is just not in question. Capitalism has undoubtedly reduced absolute poverty everywhere, and I really want to focus on everywhere it has been implemented. It's not up to the government, it's not up to the way or the time it was implemented. It's a law, it's an economic law, and it's just unstoppable. So once we make clear that free market is just the best tool for the correct assignment of means to satisfy as many ends as possible, let's talk about some free market alternatives that blockchain has allowed to flourish. So I want to talk about one very briefly, and I will get a little bit deeper on the second one. I don't know who's maybe familiar with Cody Wilson. Who knows Cody Wilson? No? Well, he's not very famous, but maybe you are familiar with his most famous invention, which is the Liberator. The Liberator is a 3D printable gun, which was downloaded 100,000 times in just 2 days. And he was a crypto-anarchist. He was someone who just, defied the law, the government. He saw an opportunity, and he wanted to let people cross the borders of regulation. And I want to more deeply talk about someone who's very, it's such a shame that we don't talk every day about him. And his name is Ross Ulbricht. How many of you know who Ross Ulbricht is? Well, how many of you know what the Silk Road is? Well, originally the Silk Road was, the road that led China to trade with Rome, right?
Europe in general.
Yeah, of course. But in summer 2011, there was this guy, Ross Ulbricht. He was born in a suburb in Boston. He had an older sister. Her name was Callie. He was just an Eagle Scout like his father, and just a brilliant man. All right, let's make this clear. He won a full scholarship at University of Texas to study physics. He won a full scholarship at Penn State. He studied a master in material sciences and engineering, and it was after that he got interested in libertarian ideas, and more specifically in Austrian economics. So he founded a book company with his friend, and well, the business flourished at first, but it floundered, and Ross, he shut it down. But what's interesting about this, the reason I'm giving you a lot of details about this is because he wrote, one day he posted on LinkedIn, and he posted that he had an epiphany. And he wrote, and I'm quoting, quote, "Now my goals have shifted. I want to use economic theory as a means to abolish the use of coercion and aggression amongst mankind. To that end, I am creating an economics simulation to give people a first-hand experience of what it would be like to live in a world without systemic use of force." And I mean, Silk Road was all about the abolishment of the use of force. It's about free market. And they used blockchain in order to make the payments possible, you know, because you just didn't go and pay with your
Cryptocurrency.
pocket money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you use Bitcoin. And, you know, basically, you could just open your laptop, your iPad, your whatever, and go to silkroad.com, and you could just basically buy anything. Buy anything. Like, imagine you can have Amazon, but you don't have just legal stuff. You have everything. You don't have government trying to be a nanny state, you know. You just have everything you want. And, yeah.
Of course, someone will try to say that being able to buy whatever you want, maybe it's not good. But, well, we have to be clear about it, because each one will buy whatever he wants. So it's not, it's, you know, the state is not there to say, no, you can't buy this. So you just would be free to buy anything. And you could say, yeah, but that may be done in an evil way or something like that. But it's really what mankind wants. So it's not really about any government, any moral related government defining what should be bought and what shouldn't. So you're really free to choose. That's really the good thing about the Silk Road. You can do it to do something good and maybe buy something that will help the society, and also you could do it to make something bad. But I mean,
That's free market.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you don't buy it in Silk Road, you can go in other stores or in other areas of your town, city, and you can buy the same thing. So I don't know why you criminalize a market when you can find products, when you can find all the
same products,
productions,
yeah.
the same products. I think, yeah, we can see that maybe with regulation, with taxation, we can control things, okay. But the way is, if you have a free market system, you can find your product, you can buy your product, you can find the company who produced the product or people who were
Imagine if,
selling the...
imagine if tomorrow Spain's government wakes up and decides to be tyrannic, which is in a certain way. Yeah, it is in a certain way. But I mean, more tyrannic, kind of like China or North Korea. By blockchain, by cryptocurrencies, you can use it to buy, for example, guns and defend yourselves from this tyrannic government. So that's something you could say bad.
Equalizer.
Exactly, it's an equalizer.
I mean, blockchain
against
is
the government.
Blockchain and free market combined, it's the ultimate equalizer.
Yeah.
There you can see now in Ukraine with blockchain and cryptocurrencies, a lot of organizations can help Ukrainian people
Yeah.
during the war.
Yeah.
So we can see
Sure.
like the free market and the blockchain save Ukrainians in this period. So it's just
Yeah, it's an equalizer against the
capitalism.
government.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the free will of the people versus the tyrannic moral of governments. So yeah, you were true about saying that it's an equalizer. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and I want to get a little bit deeper on the Silk Road, you know, because it's really, I mean, heart touching for me, and I wouldn't be talking about the Silk Road if it wasn't something, you know, that really it's worth talking, as time is limited. So, yeah. There was anonymity about the founder of the Silk Road, as he was, you know, aware that he was doing something illegal, right? So he had a pseudonym, right? So this pseudonym, it was Dread Pirate Roberts, which was a mythical character from a novel, British novel, was The Princess Bride. And, you know, he was such a passionate entrepreneur that he had this, you know, this forum on the Silk Road website, and he would literally write manifestos and love letters to his customers, you know. And even though he did that, many people, and even the judges and the justices, they call that, you know, a crime.
Yeah.
And you know, so suddenly the Silk Road became a, you know, not only a store but a book club. The Silk Road was Amazon with a book club and with cool stuff, you know. So the members of the Silk Road, they would start discussing anarchism. They would start discussing Austrian economics, and you know, someone who buys drugs, which were the main product that was purchased on the Silk Road, why would I trust, you know, the Silk Road founder? You know, I don't know him. He's just a pseudonym, you know. But they were still willing to just give them bitcoins in exchange for drugs, and the reason, you know, the reason they trusted was because he was a true libertarian, and people trusted him because he was enthusiast, and he didn't just take the money and run. You know, he would literally write every day about how we need freer markets, we need individual property rights, individual responsibility. This is what the Silk Road was all about self-sovereignty. Because without sovereignty, we just are slaves of the government, you know. And so this, of course, as any good idea, you know, got to the eyes of the government.
Yeah.
And this is where things get tricky, right? Always.
Yeah, but the funny thing is that government tried to close Silk Road
Yes, they did also.
after it closed, and condemned the creator because in the Silk Road people try to sell drugs and all these things, and why? Okay, and we do it, and for it use Bitcoin. Okay, now you go to the street, people buy drugs with government money, not an individual and free money like is Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies. And no, also it's a crime. Okay, but you close one thing and you don't solve the problem. So
Yeah, it's
the
the thing
problem
about
is
the
the
war
war
on
is-
drugs, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
mean,
exactly.
Makes fucking no sense.
Yeah.
And yeah,
In Spain, it's just a joke.
yeah, they
I
fail.
mean,
Politics are really.
and we
like-
are in Barcelona.
Yeah,
come on.
exactly.
I mean,
yeah. yeah.
so yeah, so Senator Schumer, you know, this old man who's been in politics since what, 70s? I don't know. Democrat, of course. You know, he would appear on TV, you know, prime time always. He was calling the DEA and the Department of Justice to immediately shut down the Silk Road, right? And the FBI, they shut it down. So party was over. Party was over, and also, yeah, the Silk Road. So, long story short, he is condemned to 40 years in prison and 2 life sentences without parole against him. So he's been around, yeah, maybe 10 years in prison, Ross Ulbricht. And the funny thing is how unfair the sentence was, because it was not just him who got caught, you know, like
Yeah.
the co-founders, the developers, the people who coded. They were sentenced like for 6 months in jail, 4
Yeah,
years the
but
other.
Russ Ulbricht was the one who was trying to indoctrinate.
Yeah.
I'm putting
with Austrian economy. you know,
exactly. Yeah.
with-
Yeah, it's a crime. Oh my god.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's so bad that right now we can, I mean, just not trade freely. We can not, you know, we are seen as an enemy of the public once we talk about self-sovereignty, when we talk about property rights, when we just point at them and say, you are stealing my money and you're not being accountable for what you spend my money on. Like, I mean, just government is just not good, long story short, you know.
And blockchain helps, and the government.
I think blockchain is a two-sided sword that can be, of course, used for amazing things in the free market. Like, there's no question about it. Like, free market has given us no doubt, and I'm saying this unapologetically, the best things we are surrounded by right now. And once government touches something like the blockchain, it's over. Like, everything the government touches, it's just over. You know, like cryptocurrencies. It started out as an alternative, as a free market alternative against government, against the irresponsible policies of the central banks, right?
Now we can so that
And now
with
we have China.
inflation.
We have China. No, listen. We have China creating a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's CBDCs. So they just cryptocurrencies that are nonsense, because
Yeah.
that the
the
sense
point?
exactly the sense of a cryptocurrency
we're
is
so
that you
digitalized.
are
Like Stony. Yeah.
you are owning the currency, right? If China decides to create its own currency as in a blockchain way, which is CBDCs, they're just nonsense, because you don't own the currency. It's
Yeah. You're a slave.
exactly you're
They
a
also,
slave.
the
yeah.
government can decide how many money you can have in your bank account. So
It's full control.
it's not decentralization. It's not individual sovereignty. It's
They can
just
decide. They can decide what you have to
control
spend it
state.
on. I mean, it's just nonsense.
it's
So
not the
yeah,
sense of the big
free cryptocurrencies are the way to defend yourself against the government. So, as you did in the Silk Road, as we do today with Ukraine, etc., etc.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have to, you know, be just very careful with who holds power on the blockchain technology. It's just a really powerful tool. Like, let's be honest, if we had blockchain, you know, used for example, my ex-girlfriend, she liked diamonds. You know, she loved the jewelry in general. But she would talk to me like, Juan, I don't know, maybe this is beautiful diamond, but maybe there were some, you know, child work, child labor related to it. You know, how do I know? You know, because the woman who helped me choose, How does she know? No, she doesn't know. Well, if we implemented blockchain in
that,
jewelry,
yeah.
we could just be 100% sure where the diamond came from, right? And I think that's a free market alternative to just trusting government,
Yeah.
trusting regulation, because there are lots of incentives to create a regulation and then create a counter regulation, but by the same government, different mandates.
Yeah.
So they just get in power. But we no longer need a government to tell us what the truth is. We no longer need government to just tell the truth.
Yeah, we really don't need the government for anything with cryptocurrencies because, let's be honest, I want to do some business with you or with you. Instead of using regular euros or the worst way of euros, the CBDC's euros, I would be forced to well, I'm being forced to do something that I may or not may want to do, and I am being supervised by a regulation. So with blockchain, Bitcoin solves this. It's just that the regular sentence that you say when something is out of hand, inflation, for example, these days, or deals that are implemented with regulations, Bitcoin solves this. I mean,
Yeah,
I can trade with you freely without having any third party involved.
exactly.
Also help the donations, for example. It's
Yeah. So
it's very funny that in Spain, for example, if I want to donate money for Red Cross or another organization, I pay taxes for it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So why
We
I'm doing a
pay
donation
taxes.
for an
Don't do it.
organization and I pay taxes. With smart contracts and also cryptocurrencies, I can do my donation. I don't pay taxes. I help people, and also the other should know that who money comes from.
Yeah.
So it's just a market is regulated with smart contracts and also the blockchain, but it's regulated with an individual view of the free market. My property. It's not you have a great state like Leviathan.
Nanny state.
Yeah, non-state like who controls you and what you do.
Exactly. Yeah, so I guess we could just, come here. We have 4 minutes, but we could just say government, but blockchain good, right? But honestly, I think there are lots of opportunities, for blockchain to flourish in a free market. I think it's not only the Silk Road. The Silk Road, it was just about drugs, honestly. But we could make more Silk Roads. But in order to blockchain technology to flourish and to get the most out of it, we just need government to take a step back,
Yeah.
to stop just being annoying, to stop trying to tax every new blockchain-based company, stop trying to regulate in the European Union, for example. Yeah, I mean, let's just take a look at what's going on with Apple right now in the European Union. It's just bureaucrats trying to tell us what. And it's okay that governments try to tell us what their goals are, but it's not okay for governments to tell us how we must accomplish those goals.
Yeah.
Like when I say goals, I mean like environmental goals. Like, okay, we have to reduce our emissions. We have to whatever. If you believe in that, but that's a discussion for another day. So yeah, I think it's if bureaucrats just take a step away from companies, blockchain would be quick, developing itself quicker, right?
Yeah. And not just companies, also society.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's these companies
Yeah.
which are the base of
Yeah, well, yeah.
society.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
It's families. It's I think family. It's just the main company.
Yeah. There's multiple, but I mean, numerous number of families in South America that have to go
Yeah.
through a lot of bureaucracy to send money to the family in South America, and again, Bitcoin solves this. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, some people, and this is something I really haven't got into a conclusion. Some people say, okay, the most interesting thing about Bitcoin is the blockchain technology. And some people say the other way around. I mean, yeah, the most interesting thing about blockchain is the Bitcoin. So I want to have an open discussion about this because, of course, blockchain has lots of multiple appliances, but Bitcoin as well is one of the, I think most relevant for me.
Yeah,
Like-
because other cryptocurrencies are yet to develop a roadmap.
Yeah,
Bitcoin,
but not just cryptocurrency.
no, yeah, but I
Smartphones.
mean, with cryptocurrencies, there's lots of them that have yet to develop a roadmap. Bitcoin doesn't. Bitcoin is already there. It's not. It doesn't require any further development. It's all there. All you need, just there. It's perfect. It's better than gold, I would say.
Well, I wouldn't say it's perfect, as it's not perfect money. There's an open discussion about Bitcoin being money.
Yeah, no, but I refer it in comparison to gold, for example, which is a
Course.
reserve value. So, in my opinion, at least, Bitcoin. If you were to buy either gold or Bitcoin, you should be full if you bought gold. I think everyone that's bearing in mind whether to buy gold or Bitcoin, at least in our generation, because I understand that older generations have really to go through a lot of debate to understand really what Bitcoin is. But if you're in our generation, I'd say if you're fooling yourself if you don't buy Bitcoin instead of gold. It's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, some people might agree that I guess, I mean, money, the perfect money, it has to be cheap, it has to be stable, it has to be, but we don't have that yet. We have,
Yeah.
well, we have gold, but no fiat money is, based in gold. By its,
That's
by
why
definition.
Bitcoin solves this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the problem with Bitcoin. But the question here is, well, what do you think? I mean, what is Bitcoin the most interesting thing about the blockchain, or is blockchain the most interesting thing about Bitcoin? And I don't think we're running out of time.
Yeah, I think also, yeah, we're running out of time. Well, let's.
I don't know how many time do we have.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we've
don't
been
know if
here for
we
40
can
minutes. Yeah,
try to have questions.
yeah, let's have.
Yeah,
questions
yeah.
now.
Let's have an open discussion about this.
Yeah, exactly. I thought you had a question, yeah?
Go ahead. For me, the question? Or?
For
Well,
all-
for everyone, yeah.
Okay.
Do you start? Maybe I go after. Uh-huh. Yeah, you go first.
So
then.
for example, we have a lot of platforms like Silk Road.
Well,
Amazon-
no longer have
Ad-
Telegram.
No, yeah, but Amazon, but also a lot of companies, and you can use this money, a lot of projects. I saw a lot of blockchain projects and a lot of different cryptos, and exists different types of cryptocurrencies of each company who offers you products and also benefits. For example, there is a company Rax who create an
Ah,
NFT
yeah, the
Oh,
a-
yeah.
NFT,
Yeah.
and you have this NFT. You can have an shop, exclusive shop, and you can buy some products that other people can don't.
But
buy.
do you buy those NFTs?
Yeah, so you use these NFTs
Yes.
for entering this market. So nowadays, it's the all the economic system is not based on blockchain and cryptocurrencies, but in a few years, there are more companies and more uses. So it's just a question of time
Yeah, in my opinion, I think that we should start, like you said, we should start using it ourselves and stop talking about, well, it should be used, it should be used. Yeah, okay, but start it now. So it's really difficult to do it in a day-to-day basis because yet there's a lot of things to develop and everything. But for example, if you would ask me what I do, instead of leaving your money in a bank account where the money is being really eaten by inflation, invest in Bitcoin or invest in other cryptocurrencies. But change it to invest in something that is going to retain the value.
Well, I mean, we should like be careful with investment. You know, like
I mean, investment doesn't make it easier to work as like a freelancer. If I'm like, oh, all my invoices are in stable coin, and then everybody just kind of is like, what's stable coin?
Yeah.
You know, trying to get away from this fiat mindset. Like, what are the things that, I mean, you guys are students for liberty. You're the young kids, right? Like Silk Road's old news, man. Like, what is the new alternative? What's a way of actually using cryptocurrency right now today?
For example, if you go in LibertyCon, which is the biggest event of Students for Liberty in Europe, also in northern areas.
yeah, it's a global.
Yeah, you can use Bitcoin like a fiat money for buying coffee, food in the event. So we use cryptos like normal money. It's not a strange thing, and you can also buy Bitcoins, change your money for use it.
Yeah, but I think Bitcoin is okay, all right. But I think the one that really gives value to me is Monero. Monero is a great. I think like some people, I think don't get it right. They think Bitcoin is a anonymous cryptocurrency, which is just not true. Bitcoin is a pseudonymous cryptocurrency. It's reasonably private, but it's not 100% private. Monero solves this. Monero is 100% private. It's an actual anonymous cryptocurrency. I would really encourage and I want to focus on this. We are not giving any investment advice.
Yeah, no.
Why are you guys saying that?
There was that.
Why do you have to say that this is not investment advice?
Well,
I
because
thought we were in a
just don't want to get in
permissionless,
trouble with the CM and V.
Yeah.
Just don't. Well, we give financial advisor on Minecraft. So,
Oh yeah, no,
so
this is totally.
it's
This is
not-
all
it's
in
not
Minecraft.
the real world.
I
It's
understand
ironic.
that.
It's ironic financial advisor. Okay, so yeah, I mean, I think personally, I think you were asking individually how do we implement Bitcoin or cryptocurrencies in our
Day-to-day life.
or blockchain based technologies in our everyday lives. I use Monero every day, every morning. More specifically, I just happen. Well, I live in Madrid. I happen to live right next to a cafe, very nice cafe. It's called the Rebel Cafe. Rebel, yeah, it's a great name, by the way. And they accept Monero as a payment, as a form of payment. And I just, well, maybe Monero or coffee is not the the thing that you should be hiding from your economy. Like it's not something you don't get in trouble for buying coffee, but I just value privacy, and I just value people caring about privacy. And of course, I'm not gonna get in trouble if government finds out. Oh, I love Guatemalan coffee, but it's just about principle. It's not about utilitarianism. It's not about what the consequences of it are going to become. But I think we should act by principles, and that's the principle of privacy. The right to privacy is something so unique that is something that should drive our everyday decisions, and that that's basically how I implement the blockchain-based technologies like Monero in this case in my everyday life. Yeah.
Does anyone have any more questions?
or we can open discussion.
Oh yeah.
You spoke about Paralipolis.
Yes.
So what barriers do you see for that being implemented everywhere? As in every city having at least a place where you could be crypto native?
Well, it's mainly regulation, state regulation. I mean, if we have a spontaneous order, we can just, I mean, sky's the limit, you know. But of course, we live in European Union. We also have national regulation, which is always a bad thing. Uh, so I think, yeah, basically sky's the limit. If we have free markets, this is why we focus on the importance of free markets for blockchain technologies to blockchain-based technologies to flourish. So yeah, I think Paralinipolis. I personally know Pavel Luptak, who's a very cool guy. I met him in 2018 when I was just 18 years old, and I was working with these people from some Czechs. He's a Slovakian. Well, I don't want to talk about someone who's not here, but I mean, he really introduced me in the Monero thing. I think it was really interesting, and I think every city, every worthy city should have a Paralinipolis, and just a network of people caring about the right to privacy, which is so endangered right now.
Yeah.
Like people would care more about, you know, being on the focus all the time. Like privacy, just have a look at the view on privacy 5 years ago. Everyone, or 10 years ago, for example, like parents would tell their kids, you know, just to not talk to a stranger on the internet, you know, or it was just a basic thing, you know, like the reasonable thing to do was not to talk to a stranger on the internet. How many of us have heard about this? And right now, it's just the other way around. Like everyone, if you want to make money, you have to talk to the weirdos on the internet, you know, who are going to give you their money, you know. And I think the right to privacy is just, I don't want to say fundamental human right. I'm not Gothenburg, you know, but yeah, I mean, it's a basic right, you know, like it's mainly being endangered by the Patriot Act, and the FBI, the corrupt FBI, the Department of Justice, the CIA, the NSA. They are all crooked. They are corrupt, and they are the main danger to our, you know, in the States, they like to say everything, every libertarian, every non-left-leaning person or organization are a threat to our democracy. First, the United States is not a democracy, it's a republic. Okay, so because we love to have the word democracy in our mouth all the time, right? It's such a good thing, democracy. No, privacy, liberty, self-sovereignty, property rights, free market, those are good things that we should have in our mouths all the time. You know, not just talk about the world goals, the 2030 agenda. I think that something that goes against the very principles of what blockchain technologies can do and what the free market is all about. And yeah, I think we should definitely care more about privacy. We have like having, you know, hosting Paralinipolis in every city, you know, and just refusing, you know, to let the central banks, the European Central Bank, to have such concerning, irresponsible monetary policy. Right? I mean, it's just making us poorer and poorer and poorer. Have a look at, you know, the euro and the US dollar. Last year, it's the other way around right now. Like, who could have predicted this? No, because of course those are fiat currencies. They tend to, there's inflation, there's everything, and it was supposed to go down, but not the relation between those two currencies. And this is only because of one reason. People like to say, oh, it's COVID, it's climate change, it's the Putin's war, which is, of course, something really bad. But the inflation is not, it's not a phenomenon of war, or it's not caused by COVID,
At least today's inflation, I mean.
Well, inflation is strictly a monetary phenomenon.
Yeah, and a central bank's fault. So.
And there is only one cause of inflation, which is the growth of monetary mass. And I think this is what we should be pointing at right now.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that I like to use Monero or Bitcoin, which I don't really spend it because it's just so expensive. Like, I don't buy anything with Bitcoin. I used to buy Bitcoin years ago. I no longer do that. I think it's just, I have more things to invest my money in. CBD?
Yeah.
What do you mean CBDCs?
Yeah,
CBDCs,
the
well,
Chinese.
CBDCs are basically, correct me if I'm wrong, CBDCs are basically the cryptocurrencies controlled by governments,
Okay.
such as the ones we had on China,
No.
the ones I was
I mean,
talking about before.
Just trash,
Yeah.
Like, I even think Bitcoin Cash, and glad Roger Ver is not here, but I think Bitcoin Cash is shit, basically. I think the only two worthy cryptocurrencies are Bitcoin and Monero. Monero first, then Bitcoin. But state-issued cryptocurrencies are just a form of slavery.
Yeah,
They are issued by the state.
CBDCs are, in my opinion, basically they are a scam, and there's no other way around that.
Yeah. And they give a bad name to cryptocurrencies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have more
Well,
questions?
I think we agree on that.
Oh yeah, I Yeah, we are.
Their Signal.
Yeah, we use a lot of socials also for between the Students for Liberty members.
But I think he's asking about an alternative.
I know, yeah, an alternative exists a lot of social medias. The problem is that a lot of people don't use it. But
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know here how many people change for the social WhatsApp, for Telegram, and after it change with Signal, just for a privacy.
We don't have anything. Oh yeah, the banners. Yeah, I mean, this is an organization. Let's be honest. If you want to be, let's not be autistic, because okay. I mean, if you want to be successful at business, you have to follow the trends. And like it or not, the trends are what they are. People use meta services, which I fucking hate. Like I hate WhatsApp, I hate Facebook, I hate Instagram. I think is what. Yeah, Telegram is my favorite app. I pay Telegram Premium. I am a proud Telegram Premium user, and I just give all my money to Telegram, like I let them making me poor. But yeah, I think the best alternatives right now are Signal, if you want to end-to-end encrypted, really encrypted, not like WhatsApp claims, which is just not true. If you want that kind of alternative, Signal is the best one for one-to-one chats. But I think Telegram is it just works better for groups, channels, and it has lots of lot more of features that are interesting to me.
It also exists another app which is called Status. Status, yeah, you can have a wallet and also a chatting system, so you can chat with people and give me some cryptocurrencies. Yeah, I
Yeah,
give you
there
some.
are lots of like
Exists a lot
weird
of,
apps, that are like yeah.
but exists a lot of apps, but
so
nobody
exotic.
uses
Like
it.
I don't want to have like thousand. Just use Telegram. Like Telegram is so cool. Many people don't use it because they think it's. I don't know why people don't use Telegram honestly, but I think they don't like it because I don't know, they don't know how to use it. I think people don't. Many people don't know how to use Telegram, but once you get on it, it's just best social media you can ever have. I think
Telegram doesn't
yeah,
pay us for.
it's great
for
and,
it.
and Signal. But yeah, I think we should have like I know some guys from close friends of mine who are making they are creating a non-inter yeah, well, it's not social media, but it's a device that allows you technically I'm not an expert, but it's like a device with an antenna that allows people to send messages without the internet. So it works with radio and Locha. It's called Locha Mesh. Works with a mesh, and it's just so cool because the project was born in Venezuela, where communications are just so regulated and intervened by the government, and people often get the internet just stops working.
Yeah.
And for example, in Cuba, they have to buy packages of internet services, but they are like somehow controlled by the government. And this just the usage of the mesh would solve that inconvenience. But yeah, I think long story short, just download Telegram, tell everyone to use Telegram. But I don't like, to be the annoying kid. Oh, you have to use Telegram. No, because this is what makes Bitcoin, for example, unlikable. Because people are, oh, you have to use Bitcoin. You are so dumb. You're using euros. You should use Bitcoin. Like this causes refusal. Like you don't like someone to tell you what to do. If I know what's best for me, you know what's best for you. So if Bitcoin is so good, you don't need people to tell you how good it is every day. Or to push you to do that. And the same goes with this topic about social media. Yeah, just don't be the annoying kid telling people what to do. If something's good, they are going to use it.
Yeah.
Like see people. There are lots of great things we're using every day, like our phones, tablets, iPads, wherever. And you don't see everyone. Oh, you should use an iPad. You should use whatever. No, I mean, gives a bad name to Bitcoin. People who are just so annoying.
Oh yeah, don't know. So kind of like the Silk Road, or? Ah, okay, a proxy. All right, yeah. I didn't know about that. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, now I think that it's
Yeah,
time.
time's run out. Yeah.
But we
Are we
have,
running out of time, or do we?
Yeah, I think.
but
we're
we
run-
have a table on
Downstairs.
the
Yeah, I mean, if you
downstairs. If
just
you
wanna
have
check-
more
check us out,
questions or more information about Students for Liberty, we are there. So thank you.
check our media and get in touch with us.
yeah,
if you-
check our social
interested.
media. People are really cool on social media. Even though they use Instagram and whatever, they are really. I mean, I'm just so proud of this organization, Students for Liberty. I mean, this is not corporate talk. This is not PR. You know, this is real stuff. It's from my heart, and I think Students for Liberty is the best thing that has ever happened to the liberty movement in Spain,
At least in Spain, yeah.
at least in Spain, and it's really making a change for universities where we were not allowed to talk about certain topics. We were not allowed to point at certain things. We were just not allowed to defend liberty, and now we are changing that. So thank you very much for listening to us.